All right, the court is calling 2020-22 CR 5618 State versus Cassandra Luisa Valdez. Could I have parties announced?
And Richard Garcia for the defense.
And are you Cassandra Valdez?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the document entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Cassandra Luisa Valdez who was placed on community supervision in 2022 CR 5618
Yes,
for
ma'am.
the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams on March 7th, 2023 for a term of 8 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Violated condition number 2, on or about the 27th day of December 2023 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Cassandra Luisa Valdez, did then and there fail to submit to drug testing as directed by the court officer, supervision officer, or duly authorized agent of the court in violation of condition number 2.
How do you plead to that?
Guilty.
Now, true or not true?
True.
Violated condition number 2, on or about the 24th day of January 2024 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Cassandra Luisa Valdez, did then and there fail to submit to drug testing as directed by the court officer, supervision officer, or a duly authorized agent of the court in violation of condition number 2.
How do you plead to that? True or not true? I'm sorry.
Not true.
Violated condition number 4, in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Cassandra Luisa Valdez, did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of February and March 2024 in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that?
True.
State will waive the remaining.
Did you understand by pleading true to 2 and 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find, revoke, and sentence you up to 5 years in the prison?
Yes.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to 2 and 4?
I'm being honest. Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court will find 2 and
Amen.
4 true,
Yes.
and that there's no agreement. Is that correct?
Judge, there is no agreement, but state would be recommending you grant state's motion to revoke and sentence to 5 years in prison.
Can I speak though?
Oh, just 1 second.
Okay.
Defense?
Your Honor, first of all, I apologize. I couldn't be here this morning. Cassandra's mother and daughter were here this morning and they wanted to testify, but they couldn't stay. They live out of town, and so they had to get back. And additionally, they were telling me that Cassandra has changed her whole life this last year. She's got a good job, and they were going to come ask for some leniency. In addition, Cassandra's asked me if she can address the court.
All right, do you want to raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
My name is Cassandra Luisa Valdez.
All right. Is there anything you would like to say?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Every time I have stood in front of you, sorry. Every time I have stood in front of you, I've been completely by myself. I've been dishonest. I've lied to you just to get out of here. These last 2 years, I have completely changed my life due to the fact that my mom and my daughter have been back in my life. I didn't have them for the last 7 years because I was on meth. I was shooting up meth every single day. I would steal from them the first chance I got. My family completely turned their backs on me because I stole from them.
This case is already heating up. Cassandra Valdez, once charged for drug possession, is now facing a motion to revoke her probation. The state says she missed mandatory drug tests and failed to report, but Cassandra claims she's turned her life around. A mother fighting for redemption, a daughter reunited after 7 years, and a judge deciding her fate. But will her words be enough to outweigh her record? Let's see how this unfolds.
2 years, she just turned 21. She called me mom for the first time in 7 years. She used to call me by my first name. She has been back in my life. I've completely got off drugs. I am a manager at a car wash that I'm actually in the process of helping purchase, which is Cosmic. And he wrote a statement for me too, my manager. It's off of Fredericksburg and Hebner.
Have that statement.
Okay, I know. My mom was here. She was waiting My mom hadn't been in my life in 7 years. She's completely back in my life now. And I feel like I have more to lose now. But back then I didn't even care.
All right, so here's the thing. What you're telling me, I have no corroborating evidence of that. I only have you saying it.
Okay, I can get all of that. I don't know. I didn't even know I had court, honestly. I wasn't prepared. I got told, I think yesterday.
Let me ask you this. Did you complete parenting classes?
I did. Yes, I did. I completed. Yes.
All right, probation. What has she done? Did she complete parenting classes?
Judge, don't have any indication that the parents' classes were complete. The only thing that I see completed is TDR.
She did 134 days in the VTRF.
Okay.
And that had parenting classes.
So here's the thing.
Yes, ma'am.
You've been on probation, and I'll allow anyone to ask questions.
Sorry, just, I forgot to mention that she did turn herself in.
Yeah.
All right, so any questions?
I was tired of running. I turned myself.
All right, so what I have before me is you've been on probation since March 7, 2023, and you really haven't done anything.
Yeah.
That's a problem. So I'm not going to continue you. So the court is finding 2 and 4 true. The court is going to revoke. The court, let me see. Was there any restitution in this case?
And
Restitution to SAPP of $57, Judge.
Has that been paid?
No, Judge.
There's to be restitution to SAPD for drug testing. That's $57.
Okay.
There's to be no residing with minors and no unsupervised contact with minors.
And there it is. The hammer falls. The court revokes Cassandra's probation and sentences her to 5 years in prison. Despite her emotional plea and claims of transformation, the lack of proof seals her fate. Notice how the judge repeatedly asks for corroborating evidence? That's key. Emotional testimony alone can't overturn a probation violation. What do you think? Should the judge have shown leniency given her story? Or was this the only fair call?
Court will give you credit for any time served and credit for any time served for any successful inpatient treatment. Court will recommend the therapeutic community. There's to be no contact with the following persons: Charles Young, Michael Villanueva, Sandy, and that's Sandy with the Y, Gonzalez with the Z. And the court will sentence you to 5 years in the prison. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes.
All right, you have a limited right to appeal. That right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you are in community supervision. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, good luck to you, okay?
Yeah. Thank you for your
Thank
time.
you.
You're welcome. All right, the court is calling 2025 CR 003409 State versus Irvin Earl Ellison. Could I have parties announced for the record?
Galloway for the state.
Rafael Leal for Mr. Ellison.
And are you Mr. Ellison?
No.
All right, Mr. Ellison, did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Are you the same Irvin Ellison who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2025 CR 003409 for the offense of obstruction or retaliation on June 17th, 2025 for a period of 2 years? Is that you?
That's correct.
All right, state.
Violation of condition number 4.
And just like that, we move from one emotional story to another. Meet Irvin Ellison, charged with obstruction and retaliation, now accused of skipping probation check-ins. The court alleges he vanished for 2 full months. What's his defense? Homelessness. But will that explanation hold up in a system that values accountability above excuses? Let's dig in.
In Bexar County, Texas, the defendant Irvin Ellison did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of July and August of 2025 in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
We waive and abandon the remainders, Your Honor.
Any objections?
No objection, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 10 years in the prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. State, what are you recommending?
We in the court to grant the state's motion and turn adjudication of guilt against the defendant, revoke him and sentence him to 5 years in prison, based upon the plea of true, and we would take into consideration cause number 2025 PF 5850.
All right, in defense, what are you requesting?
Judge, I'm requesting that he be continue on probation, either defer or with a conviction. My client was homeless. He didn't have an address, was trying to get his life together. To his credit, he called the probation office, left a message telling the officer of his condition and what was going on. He was mainly focused on getting his life together, and perhaps did not appreciate that he needed to report on beginning with the intake, and he failed to do that. But when you don't have a home, a roof over your head, no money, going hungry for all the, once he was released, that's what clouded his judgment, in my opinion, Judge. And we're asking, when he was arrested, when he was just got a telephone and was in the process of calling the office to report. And we're asking of the judge that the court continue his probation, and because I don't think the solution it is just to send him to prison. I think he should have that opportunity and perhaps take advantage of it.
So, has he done anything?
He didn't have an opportunity to do that, Judge. He wasn't directed with an intake as to what to do or what to.
What do you mean he wasn't? So he wasn't told that he had to report?
I believe he was released, Judge, from either jail or from here when he took the plea, and to his credit, he called once, and.
So you're saying he didn't know that he had to report?
That's not what I'm saying. I mean, I believe he was told, except that he didn't register.
So he's never reported?
Never reported, except by telephone.
Listen closely to this part. The defense paints a heartbreaking picture. A man with no home, no money, and no direction, trying to survive. It's raw and real. But in the eyes of the law, survival doesn't erase responsibility. The judge presses for clarity. Did he report or not? And even his own attorney admits he didn't. This is where compassion and compliance collide. Do you think homelessness should excuse failure to report? Comment below your take.
On one occasion.
Probation? Has he done anything? Has he ever reported?
Did initial intake in court with me. I don't have any indication that he reported after.
All right, so you're telling me that Miss Abrams never told him?
No, that's not. He was told when he was released as to what he needed to do, and he was probably even given a number to call, and he did call that number, except that he didn't follow up with that.
He was granted probation on June the 17th. On June the 18th, I guess when he was released, there is a notation that there was a voicemail from him. And after that, there was nothing else.
So you want to call your client as a witness?
Yes, sir.
All right, could you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do so.
All right, you can lower your hand. State your name for the record.
Irvin Ellison Jr.
All right, you may proceed.
Mr. Ellison, when you were released, either June 17 of this year or June 18, were you given a number of the probation office and perhaps even a name of your probation officer to report to?
Yes, as soon as I was released, I used the phone in the lobby to make the phone call, and I left a voice message.
And what did your voice message contain?
I told him my name, and told him that I was checking in, and that was that.
Now, at that point, when you made that telephone call, did you have your own cell phone at the time?
No, I did not have my own cell phone. I actually just got it the day of the new arrest.
So you use somebody's telephone, either an office telephone or some other telephone?
I used the lobby payphone. Right before you walk out of the doors, when you get your cards, you get your property.
Was that from the jail or from?
That is from the jail.
Okay. And what was your understanding? I mean, when you were given that telephone number, and were they your obligations? And were you informed of what your obligations were?
Now, Ellison takes the stand himself, and his story is one of desperation. He says he tried to check in, left a voicemail, had no phone, no home, no stability. He was literally calling from a jail lobby phone trying to follow the rules. But remember, probation requires proof of effort, not just intent. And right now, there's no paper trail. This raises a bigger question. How fair is the system when it demands structure from someone living in chaos?
Well, I checked in. I knew that I would possibly have to try to make another phone call. However, I had no way of communicating or reaching out with anyone. So I would do small work, pick up trash and lots or whatever. I eventually earned myself a cell phone, and that's when I got arrested, and I was looking forward to actually making a phone call and continuing on with any said stipulation or whatever it may be. It wasn't
So you were trying to work on a daily job or some other type of activity?
Yes, I was too.
Okay. And did you have a place of residence at the time?
At the time, no, I didn't.
Where were you living?
I was on the streets. If not, I would try to check in the Salvation Army.
Okay. And did you know when you were released that you were supposed to report in person to the probation office?
After release, no.
What would you like, I mean, what's gonna be different if the judge were to continue you on probation? What's gonna be different? How can you assure the court that you're gonna be compliant with your obligations of community supervision or probation?
For now, if I get released, I'll be able to make phone calls and actually keep contact. That way I can have thorough communication. I can follow through upon any stipulation that is given for probation.
And that's what you wish the court to do to reinstate you?
That is what I wish for the court to do, to reinstate.
And but the question is still gonna be, why didn't you do that the first time?
Trying, out there trying to do better for myself.
But do you understand that to do better for yourself includes following up on your obligations on your community supervision?
Yes, I do, and I do sincerely apologize for my mistake. It gave me another opportunity. I capitalized on it.
That's the way, Judge.
Okay,
Questions?
Mr. Ellison, so you were released from jail in around like June of 2025, is that correct?
I'm not too sure. I'm thinking so.
It was earlier this year, right? Okay, and so when you took a plea on this case, correct?
Correct.
Okay, and you were placed on deferred adjudication, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, and the underlying facts of the case that you're here for today is because you told a police officer that you would fucking kill him. Do you recall that? At the Chick-fil-A?
Probably said something different, but I do recall communicating with the police officer, two of them.
Okay, and so it's your testimony that when you were released from jail back in June of 2025, before you took off from jail, you made a phone call to probation. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, but when you took a plea in this case, Ms. Abrams went over the conditions of probation with you, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, and she let you know that you could report in person or by telephone. Is that correct, to adult probation, right?
That's correct.
Okay, and so she also told you that you could reach out to probation in email form, right?
And just when things seem to calm, the prosecution drops a bombshell. Ellison was arrested for stealing $150 headphones from Walmart. That one move destroys his credibility and turns sympathy into skepticism. The judge's tone says it all. You can find the strength to steal, but not to report. Brutal truth. Another probation revoked, another life spiraling. If you found this case as shocking as we did, hit that like button, share your thoughts below, and subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns. Your take might just make it into our next video.
I'm not too sure. I was told that it was
In person or phone?
right.
Okay, and so the way that you ended up in court here today is because you went to Walmart in September of 2025, about a month ago, correct?
Correct.
Okay, and you were placed under arrest at that Walmart, correct?
Wendy's. That's correct.
Okay, that's how you're here today, right? Okay,
Good.
and so when you were at that Walmart, it was alleged that you took a pair of headphones that cost $157 and didn't pay for those headphones. Isn't that right?
That's right.
Okay, and so my question to you is, how did you get to Walmart that day, but you cannot get to adult probation to comply with your conditions?
Walked
You walked to Walmart.
to Walmart.
Okay, and you acknowledge that you could have walked to adult probation to report, correct?
I don't even know where it's at.
So you weren't informed that it's across the street from the jail at 200 North Comal?
I don't remember that.
All right.
I
And
just tried to make the
so,
call.
I'm sorry?
I was just trying to make the call, that way I can continue communication with.
All right. And so you didn't, you were arrested, and then that's how you ended up here today. And you stated that in between the time that you haven't reported, that you've been trying to do better. Is that your testimony to the court?
That's correct.
Okay, and by doing that, are you trying to do better by committing thefts of headphones?
No,
Would that be considered you trying to do better?
I'm not.
You passed the witness.
No further questions.
All right. Is there anything else?
No, no.
All right. So, Mr. Ellison, I understand that when people are homeless, maybe they're not able to get from point A to point B, but you haven't done anything on probation other than pick up new charges. That's not good. And in this court, I always tell people communicate. And if there's an issue, we can try to solve that, but no one can help you solve your issues if you don't communicate with anyone. And one of the, I wouldn't say the worst thing, but being on probation and picking up new charges is not something good, because that shows that you can find the wherewithal to steal, but you can't find the wherewithal to get in contact with probation, which is across the street from the jail. All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is finding violation of condition number 4 true. The court will take in consideration 2025 PF 35850, give you credit for any time served, and the court will sentence you to 4 years in the prison. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? You have a limited right to appeal. That right to appeal, I'm sorry, the court is finding you guilty and revoking. You do have a limited right to appeal. That right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you are on deferred adjudication. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Like what just happened?
You have been revoked and you're going to go to the prison. And when I say go to the prison, they may end up paroling you from the jail. I don't know, because I don't know what credit you have in for time, or they may take you to the prison and process you there and parole you. But I've sentenced you to 4 years. Anytime that you've been in custody, you'll receive credit for that on this case. Legally, that is the law.
How much time?
I don't know how much time you have in. To the clerk, do you know how much time credit he has? I'm sorry, how many?
215 days.
215 days. All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. And Mr. Lee, I think that may need to go to, I think you all get your copies, but then I think the state will have that,
Oh,
the original. But no, you have the copies.